Hey out there, legal warriors. Did you know that lawyers suffer anxiety? In this video, I want to cover how lawyers deal with their anxiety and why it's important to you if you're working with a lawyer in any area of the law, but especially on a criminal matter. Whether you have a criminal matter or some other area of the law, if you're working with a lawyer, if you're going to work with a lawyer, this is going to be an important video for you. So stay tuned. My name is Attorney Lance Fryrear. I'm a defense attorney in Linwood, Washington. My law firm's been defending people charged with crimes all throughout Washington State for more than 20 years. I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people get to see it. More people get the help they need. So I was taking my morning walk and trying to think of what is important to me to put out for a video in the 2 videos we do each week. And I thought to my own law office, and I can see all of our lawyers in my law office working so hard to help people, but I can also see the times where they're stressed, where they're breaking down, and where there's anxiety. And it's important for anybody out there to know that lawyers, believe it or not, are human beings that are working very hard, hopefully, to help their clients. And especially lawyers in the criminal defense area. They're sort of a different type of lawyer. They're not in it necessarily to get rich. That might be a personal injury attorney, a family law attorney. They're in it to help save people's lives, to save people's lives from the government, to get them their freedom back and to keep them with their jobs and keep them in their homes and keep them with their kids. And so that's a lot of pressure for someone to be under. That's a lot of pressure that your attorney or any attorney is going through each and every day. And so I'd like to cover in this video how lawyers handle that anxiety and how I see them so you can see the different ways, and also what you can do to help and why it's important to you and how your case is handled. So what I see in my office is lawyers handle anxiety in different ways. Some lawyers will get really prepared on the fact pattern. They'll read every little possible thing and talk to every possible witness and get everything just right. They'll know every detail so they feel the most confident in going into some type of negotiation with the prosecutor in presenting the case in court, and that makes them feel more confident and they suffer less anxiety. Then there's other lawyers, maybe how I personally do things. I have a good handle on the facts, but I don't want to be so focused on the facts that I lose my attention on what might be other things that affect the outcome of the case. You know, how is the prosecutor reacting? What does the prosecutor really want to see? What does the judge really want to see? What does my client actually need? And so for me, I handle anxiety by being a little, decently prepared on the facts, but not so wed to that I lose sight of my other ways I can influence things. A third way that I see lawyers work is sometimes they work together as a team, and that's probably the most common thing I might see in my office. I might see 2 or 3 lawyers working together on a case, talking about different motions available or coming up with different creative ways to help. And so you can see what's the theme. A lawyer typically handles their anxiety by trying to figure out how they can be best prepared to help the client, because the burden of helping the client against the government is what's causing that anxiety. And we don't need to hear about other things, but of course we do meditation. I've been in counseling for years. There's lots of things that we do to just handle life anxiety. But from the lawyer point of view, those are different things. And that's important that you know that. It's important that you don't make an assumption about how your lawyer chooses to work, because you, as a client out there of some lawyer, you need your lawyer functioning at a high level on your behalf. And if you make a lot of assumptions about how your lawyer is functioning, if you're putting pressure on them and saying, why haven't you done this and why haven't you done that, they might be fair questions, but realize that we want to have some faith, if you've hired a highly rated attorney, that they know what they're doing and they're handling things in the right way. Why that's important to you, of course, is a lawyer who is better situated, emotionally and mentally. They have all of their tool belt available to try to help you out of your problem. And so the question I get, and which I promised to begin, is, how can you help your lawyer? How can you help your lawyer in this situation? Well, I think the main way you can help a lawyer is by not hurting the lawyer, okay? Not being so demanding of, I need this over now, or why haven't you interviewed these witnesses? And I've covered this in some other videos, but you telling your lawyer how to do their job really makes it harder on the lawyer, because we're in a service-based industry, right? We want to keep our client happy. We want to get a good result, but the client has no clue. Sorry, you don't have any clue how it really works to be an effective attorney in the local jurisdiction where this attorney is working. How we do a case in Pierce County, for example, is different than how we do a case in Linwood, which is different than how we do a case in Kent, which is probably different than how we do a case up at the border in Bellingham. And that's because the culture of prosecutor's office, the culture of the court, if you have a good attorney, we know what we need to do. So when you sort of try to micromanage that attorney, you're raising their anxiety, and they've got a couple options. They may shut down, or even worse, they may do what you want, which is going to hurt your case. But I do want to encourage you to contact your attorney. I tell the people that I work with directly, it's like, hey, it's not a bother if you get a hold of me. You're actually helping me help you. If your attorney is really successful, they're helping a lot of people at once. And it's easy for a client's name or situation to slip through the cracks in the brain for a period of time. So if you reach out to your attorney and say, hey, could you give me an update? Or, hey, is there anything you need from me, is a better question even to ask. You're sort of helping us do a better job for you. So, think about helping your attorney in a way where how you'd treat a friend. Hey, any updates and anything I can do to help my case? And if it's somewhat accurate, hey, I really appreciate what you're doing. Those attaboys or attagirls for a lot of attorneys, we don't get that very often. It can really help, boost our ability to help you. Now, mainly we're limiting your anxiety and calming down your anxiety. And a lot of the stuff I put out is about that because, of course, we're providing a service for you. But I want you to realize that how you interact with your attorney, how they do things is all can be a path to a good outcome or a bad outcome in any particular case. So, be kind to us. We'll be kind to you. And, of course, if an attorney's doing a bad job, let them know, and then why you think that. And hopefully they can get things straightened out where maybe they fix what they're doing, or maybe give you a better understanding of why they're not doing such a bad job. So I hope you found this video useful. If you liked it, please let us know. Please comment. Please subscribe. I'm sure I'm going to be really interested to see the comments when I'm saying, hey, lawyers have anxiety. I'm interested to read what you have to say. But more importantly, if you have a criminal problem or a protection order problem, something like that in Washington State, feel free to give my office a call. We get on board, we'll listen to what happened, we'll identify a way forward, and we will be there for you. Thank you.